Greetings everyone, welcome to Advance. This game was played in a European Club Cup with the white pieces. We have Arjun Erigaisi facing off against Vincent Keymer. So this is a battle between world number 4 and world number 5. Let's see what happens here. So here with the white pieces here, Arjun goes for d4. We have knight to f6, c4 and e6. Now just going for the Indian game. We have knight to f3, b6. This is the Queen's Indian defense. So here, definitely something that Vincent would... Queen's Indian defense is basically saying that, I want to win this game. So let's see here if Vincent is able to actually win this game, or Arjun came prepared here, just a3. Now just going for bishop to b7, knight to c3 and knight to e4. And the thing is that here Arjun has played this variation many times. Many times whenever he wanted to go for a win, he has played this. So definitely he would be well versed in this. He just knight caps on e4. We have bishop captures, and in this position you could go for a move like bishop to f4, a kind developing move. After bishop to e7 you play e3, d6, and after h3 now you just go for this knight to d7. Just developing moves, bishop to d3, bishop captures, queen captures, castles and castles, and your position would be fine here. But the thing is that I'm glad Arjun did not go for this, because what he created was an absolute masterclass. Here after bishop captures on e4, he goes for knight to g5, attacking that bishop, and that's an annoying move. Here just comes bishop to g6, now just comes g3, and here h6. But here a beautiful move by Arjun, bishop to g2 in this position, just eyeing that rook, and that created problems for Vincent definitely, because the thing is that he took roughly 8 minutes in this position trying to calculate, but even the top players in the world calculates wrong in this position. He calculates h caps on g5 is fine, but the thing is that is absolutely not. The move that you want to play is c6 in this position. After knight to h3, now you just go for d5. You're preparing knight to f4, but first you play castles, and after bishop to e7 just b4, pushing those pawns towards the queen side, and after castles now you play knight to f4, and after bishop to h7 your position should be fine. But after bishop to g2, h captures on g5 was played, giving up a complete rook and thinking that maybe I can trap the bishop, but you cannot. Hit bishop caps on e8 was played by Arjun, and he just c6, just trapping that bishop. Or are you? Because the thing is that he castles, not even worrying about that. And here if you go for a move like queen to c8, it makes sense, because you don't want to allow that bishop to just jump away and just grabbing that b7 square. And after queen to a4 you play this knight to a6, and the thing is that you cannot capture unless you've guaranteed the safeguarding of that knight. And here after bishop captures on g5 you play rook to h5, and now you have to go for bishop to d2 because you want to cover that a5 square. And here after b5 now you play the c captures, and after this rook captures, rook a to c1 you play rook to b6, and after bishop captures on c6 so rook captures, now you go for rook captures, and most likely after queen captures and pawn captures you play this rook to c1, and your position should be absolutely fine here. You have one rook for two bishops and a bishop and a knight, and the thing is that you're up so many pawns. Your position is so much amazing that most likely hey, you could win this. It's only a plus 1.3 advantage, but still it's very decent. But here after castles, hey, bishop to e7 was played, but now just comes d5, immediately busting open the position, and queen to e7, queen to c7, and here just going for bishop to e3, a6 now, and now just going for queen to d4. A6 move engine does not like at all. Here queen to a7 was played, now going after the bishop, but just comes this queen captures on g7, and now what do you do? Your rook is hanging. How do you defend it? There's only one move here. You have to go for rook to f8, and that's exactly what he did. But now just comes this bishop captures on c6, sacrificing the piece. And here you could have also gone for a move like rook after d1 in this position. That would be absolutely fine, because you want to get the rook into the game and try to do it with tempo, because the king is still stuck in the center. And the thing is that engine evaluation is giving it as a plus 3.3. that means I'm a piece up basically. And if you capture that, then just comes d6, and your position just collapses. Bishop to d8, c5 even, rook a to c1, a5 in this position. If you go for this, rook caps on c5, and there's so many things I'm threatening in this position. You have to be a little bit careful. Just bishop captures, and if you go for this, there's just so much happening. You have to be really careful not to get checkmated, because your king is stuck, your queen is on the other side of the board. You're not surviving this. But hey, Arjun finds a different method to be able to win this game. After rook to f8, he goes for bishop captures on c6, and after this d captures, just d captures on e6, and after queen to b7, trying to just defend here by Vincent, but just comes this rook after d1. We have c5, trying to just maybe just try to use the light squares to try and go for some mating ideas, but it doesn't exist. Just rook to d5, closing it off completely. Here we have bishop to e4 now, challenging the rook, and a move like rook to d2 in this position is absolutely fine. You play bishop to g6, and after this e caps on f7, bishop captures rook a to d1, just doubling up, and after knight to c6 you play rook to d7, queen captures, rook captures, and after king captures, after bishop captures on here. Even if you trade here, yes, you have three pieces for the queen, but the thing is that among so many pawns, your king is still stuck in the center. You cannot just defend your king with the three piece and try to create a fortress while dealing with these pass pawns at the same time. So that's why it's going to be completely winning. But the thing is that Arjun finds the brilliant move to be able to win in this position. He goes for e captures on f7. After this rook caps on f7, he goes for queen to h8 check, rook to f8, queen to h5 check, rook to f7, and here just going for rook to e5. And now you're in a lot of trouble here. Knight to d7, we have rook captures on e7, even sacrificing that rook here. King captures, we have bishop caps on g5 with a check, king to e8, and here just going for rook to d1. This is looking very scary now here for Vincent, and he's just completely in a bind here. You cannot do anything. Bishop to h7 was paid, but now just comes queen to h6, bishop to f5, and now here just going for this rook to d5, rook to h7, and here just queen to d6 was paid, bishop to h3, and just queen to g6. There is no mate here. That's the problem, and the rook is doing a very fine job of doing everything here. And now, I mean, there is not much you can do. That's the trouble here. And here rook to f7 was paid, but now just comes this queen to g8 check, rook to f8, and after queen to g7, here it was on this move, on just move 32. Yes, you heard me right, on just move for 32. World number 4 here. Vincent came out on live video rating wrist to resign the game, and Arjun shows that, you know, he is still capable enough to get that world number 4 square back, and he does it in absolute style with this spectacular win. And the trouble is, you cannot even go for a move like rook to f7 in this position, because the thing is that I can go for this queen to e5 check. If you capture with the knight, then the thing is that you're getting mated. The bishop is doing a very fine job to be able to create this, and rook on f7 is actually just taking away square for king to move away. And I mean, that would have been a really terrible way to go if that had happened. But still, if you go for rook to f7, you're just getting mated. That's why Vincent realizes this, and here in this position he resigned the game. Arjun again, I mean, showing that he's a really mad king. I mean, capturing and sacrificing all of these pieces, even that exchange, even that bishop, everything else, and now here in this position just getting this win in a spectacular manner after going all crazy, and showing that, you know, Vincent, that he doesn't have anything in this position, and doing it in absolute style as well. So yeah, thank you for watching. I'll be coming back with some of these amazing games, so stay tuned to the channel, stay updated, and I'll be seeing you guys very soon. Thank you very much for watching.